Alright students, I'm going to teach you about how to do your final rendering. So in here I will cover both how you are going to either render using an image sequence or a video as well. Alright, so let me see. So for rendering, alright, from 3D Max you have two choices. Either you render in image sequence or you render in a video. Okay, so in a video, of course the output is just the video file. In here for image sequence you will need to deal with folders, right? Is that how you draw folders? Something like that. Okay, so basically every images will be saved separately. Alright, so multiple images. Each frame of your animation will be saved in your hard disk, as opposed to the video. Each frame will be compiled as a video. Okay, so let's get started. Right, here I have some samples, some ugly ass scene, but just to cover this tutorial, enough to cover this tutorial. I don't want to put too much. I don't want to put textures or complex model because the render time will go very high. It will take very long time to render. So this is simple like this. Even like this, it takes a while on my old computer. Right here, so if I render this now, it looks something like this. Right? Okay, let's say I have a finished scene, and then I want to put the camera so that I can animate the camera. So I go to my create camera, standard free camera. Let's use a free camera. Okay, you want to rotate the camera. Okay, so let's rotate this to that direction. Okay, I'm going to change to two viewport mode. So C for camera, Shift F for the save frame, F3 for the shaded view. This one is just P for perspective and F3 for shaded view. This is our working view. Right, so let's say I want to do a simple camera going through, flying through the environment like this. Great. So things that you must avoid is you don't want to show the empty fake frames out here. So you must start with like here. Okay, but I suggest you should close all your environment. Your environment should be closed. But for this tutorial, well, if I close this with a wall, but for this shot I can actually hide the wall here so that the camera can capture this shot. If not, the wall would have blocked the camera view. So right, so let's say something like this, and then we can start to animate. So go to your here time configuration. I'm going to choose PAL 25. Okay, PAL 25 frames. Yes, start from 0. Let's say this one finish at frame 60. So it's about 2 seconds plus. I don't want to render too long for this tutorial. Okay, so just click OK, and I'm just going to animate the camera. Click the auto key. Okay, and select the camera and click the set key to begin with. Sorry, not this one. This one here. okay, or K key. So that's our first keyframes here, and then just gonna make it out frame 50. So gonna go through slowly like that. Maybe go a bit lower. Hit the K on the keyboard. So now I have the animation. You can also want to turn off the auto key. You can also check your lens. If you want a wider lens, you can go lower like this. Alright, so I guess 35 is pretty standard. I'm gonna go with 28. Right, and then let's see the animation here. Yeah, it's kind of fast, right? A bit too fast. But maybe I'll pull this back a little bit. Here. Wait, hold on. Make sure to turn on the auto key before if you want to update the keyframes. Alright, turn it off and play. Alright. I strongly suggest you should take it slowly, okay, but due to the tutorial time constraint, I don't want to render too much frames here, so I'll just do a fast one like this. Okay, so let's say this is one shot. If you want another camera shot, you can create another camera, okay, and run and animate that. Okay, let's say I add another camera. Okay, this camera maybe is going to go like this. Let's see what the camera is looking at. Okay, I'm going to change the camera to see the wider shots as well. Let's pull this a little bit back. Okay, then start animate this. Hit the K on the keyboard to plant the keyframes. This one here, the first keyframes, and then maybe frame 32. You just be like that. Okay, press key. Right. So you can turn off the auto key and let's play and see it. Okay, definitely that's too fast, but for the sake of this tutorial, it should be fine. Let's put 50 lah. Okay, way too fast, but you get the idea lah. Just don't want to render too long. Alright, so now I got camera 1, camera 2, camera 1, camera 2 here. I had the lighting done already, and now I want to start rendering the first camera. So I go back to the camera 1 and make sure this is the biggest view, okay, just to be safe, and then so that you don't render the perspective view instead. And then you go to the render setup. Okay, so first make sure your preset is production rendering mode, Arnold set, and then you got your common tab here. You want to set a range, okay, not a single frames. So this one just now, camera 1 is you're going to render until frame 60, right? So 0 to 60. I'm going to put that 0 to 60. Okay, and then after that, of course, we choose the video file size. For this sake of tutorial, I'm just going to render with 1280 x 720, which is half HD. For yours, this will be your portfolio. You should render in the full HD of 1920 x 1080, right? But for me, for this tutorial, I'm going to render in 1280 x 720. so that it renders faster, but because it's a smaller resolution size, video resolution size. After that, you go to the section here where you choose your render output, click files, okay, and I have the shots here in the video format, but I'm going to render in an image sequence. So I'm going to name this as shot 1. So you must create a folder for this. This one is going to teach you how to do a render image sequence first. Okay, so you must create a folder so that every images is going to be in here. So then name this as like shot 1 underscore something. Just leave underscore. Choose format. Okay, because it's image sequence, you can render in image format. Normally, professionally, you want to render in TIFF image format or Targa, okay, TGA. But for this, you can also render in JPEG. Okay, JPEG is a bit more compressed, but the quality is still good. Alright, so I'm just going to render in JPEG because the file size is going to be a bit more smaller. If you want to render with transparency, you're going to render this in a PNG sequence. Okay, it's PNG image sequence. But now I'm just going to render in JPEG, so the image is going to be flat. Alright, so once we've done that, put it in a folder here, hit save. Okay, so for image quality, obviously you would want this to be, of course, way better, right? Best quality. Smoothing, leave it to 0, if not your image is going to be blur. Okay, so like this. Settings, click OK, and now you're ready to render this. Okay, renderer using Arnold. So start rendering. I'm going to click the render button, and you will see it will render 1 frame at a time. So I'm going to also open the folder of the location of where this is going to be saved. Okay, as you can see, this is a 3D Max, my default project folder. So it's going to be in under the render output. So there's already that shot 1 file. So let's open that. Okay, going to put it aside. Let's see the progress here. So I'm still rendering at frame 1. You can see over here. It's still rendering. I'm going to pause this video once it's near. I'm not going to render all the way to 60, but if it renders until 40 or something like that, I'm going to unpause the video and show you the progress, and you will see the result. And then I'm going to also show you how to like put it inside here in Premiere. Okay, so that you can get your setting correctly. Okay, let's say this one I have done first rendering, so this will take me roughly about 1 hour 50 minutes. So let's see the folder here. So this is, now we have an image here that finished rendered for frame 0. See, so once it's done frame 2, it's going to save it inside here. Okay, so why this is usually the professional method or workflow is because your file size is way smaller than the uncompressed video. Like this one is uncompressed video, is big. Okay, uncompressed video, so it's like super big. So this one is way smaller file size, bigger file size. Okay, so yeah. All right, so I'll pause this video once it renders until frame 40 or something like that. I'm going to unpause the video and show you. Okay, I'll be right back. Alright, I have rendered a little bit to frame 30. I think I'm going to stop at frame 30 because it's taking quite a long time. Okay, so basically this is the shot that we have, 0 all the way to 27th, yeah, because we start from frame 0, so that's why it's 27, but right now it's at the 30, yeah, right. So this is weird, right? Yeah, something like that, right? Frame 29, so it's rendering frame 29 right now. But in total this is 30, I guess. 29, I see. Okay, so I'm going to stop the rendering. Just click the cancel or escape button on your keyboard, and let's take a look at the render. Let's refresh that a little bit. So frame 28. So this is all the frames that I've rendered. If you want to continue rendering your other camera shots, once you're done with the first one, you hit C on the keyboard. Hit C on the keyboard. This, hit C, and then this pop-up will come out, and then choose number 2. Okay, or you can go to camera, just change it here, right? Okay, to render this shot, so all you need to do is go back to just the output, just change only the output. Okay, copy here, file, go back one step, make a new folder, shot 2, and this is going to be shot 2. Just rename that. JPEG is fine, save, and then you can continue rendering. Okay, so we'll go on and on. All right. Gonna cancel this, but you know what to do. Yeah, we can cancel it now. Okay, so shot 1 and 2. If you want to render in a video uncompressed format, if you want to take that chance, all you need to do is go to file again, just go back here and just this is shot 2, change this to an AVI and go to the setup. Okay, quality best, hit the save button, and we say then just choose uncompressed. Okay, and yeah, you can render away. Just click render, and then you have a video format just like this one. Pardon my slow computer. Yeah, I think I just rendered one frame, so that's why it's like that. Same thing here as well. Okay, so yeah, you choose either way. You do either an uncompressed video or an image sequence. Image sequence file size is just 6 megabyte. So imagine this is just one frame for uncompressed, and it's already 3.57 megabyte. That's like big, huge. Okay, once you've done the image sequence, for video it's very easy, just straightforward. Just drag and drop inside your Adobe Premiere, and then everything should be fine. But for image sequence will be slightly different, so I'm going to choose the untitled. Keep it on. All right. Let me close this. Okay, finally. All right, so if you are editing in your this one, your uncompressed video, you just drag and drop in your project panel. Okay, all right, so just drag and drop like so. Okay, so you got your shot like that. So it's already set to 25 frames per second, you see, because video have an embedded code that tells any player to play at that frame rate that you have set. So for an uncompressed, the downside about this is you have to go right click and import. Then I'm going to go all the way to, let's see where I save this, documents, max 26, render output, short one. Just click the first one. All I need to do is just click the first one and check the image sequence. Now this is also the same thing if you're doing it in After Effects. All right, After Effects, so you have to do this. And then click open. See, it automatically compiled into a video. But its frame rate is wrong. It's 25.97. It's 30 frames per second, which is going to be a problematic, because if you know, if I double click here and play at the source here, it's a bit jerky because the frame rate is not supposed to be at 30 frames per second. So how to change this? You select the video clip, right click edit, go to the modify interpret footage, and then assume this to 25. Okay, and then hit OK, and voila, see, now it's 25 frames per second. It's going to play it correctly now. Okay, and then see, now the movement is also more smoother. Right, so that is basically how you can render in image sequence and edit them in Premiere. Yeah, but this is within the image sequence, you have to use Adobe Premiere. But if you, it's just the downside is you cannot use CapCut for it, because I don't think, if I'm not mistaken, CapCut doesn't support importing image sequence. So you have to use Adobe Premiere. But if you're rendering in uncompressed video, you can edit in either Adobe Premiere or CapCut, all right, because it's a video format. All right, so hope that covers the rendering tutorial. So that's our final tutorial for this subject. All right, so I see you guys whenever I see you. Bye bye.